Yeah, NBA Straya. How are you going? How you going? You all right? I hope so. This is episode 960 of NBA Straya. It is Thursday, August 24. I will tell you what, I'm James Clements. I'm your host. I'm the editor of a good website. It's called CodeBet. You can find that at codebet.com.au. You can see this ugly mug of mine as well on Fox Sports Lab NBA. CodeBet Daily. What else do we do, Gerald? I don't know. There's a weekly AFL show that we do as well. You can also see me in the paper literally every single day, all the way around this wide brown land of ours. But I am here in the James Clements Excellence in Podcasting Memorial Studio, aka the CodeBet Studios. Gerald likes that one. That's pretty good. That's right, the CodeBet Studios hanging out, giving you the lowdown on the FIBA World Cup, because that's all we're doing today. We're looking at the first couple of days. We're looking at all the groups. We kind of flew through it on Tuesday's show, and I've got a couple of thoughts. about what's going to go on. It's going to be good. But that's what we do here on NBA Straya. A bit of NBA, a bit of basketball while ripping Straya a little bit. That's what we do. So we're going to talk some Boomers. We'll talk about that squad. We'll talk about the World Cup. And that's it, because nothing else has really popped off about James Harden having a sook and getting fined $100K for having a sook. That's literally the news. But that's it. We'll have some yeah-nahs. There's an unpopular opinion of the day, and there's an Outback Takehouse. And that'll be it. Pick and preview for the Friday and the Saturday World Cup games as well, just because why not? Seems like a good idea. So we'll just do that. Anyway, what is this? Episode 960? Let's go! Oh, just beautiful, isn't it? You love to see it. Let's play the thing.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
That was Joe Ingles if you missed that one. That's all right. Let's go. Let's play some Marge.
Watch out for the shark attack.
All right. Let's go. So, the way we usually start this show here is with the old daily whip around. And what we can do in terms of a whip around today is literally go, hey, the World Cup starts tomorrow. That's the whip around. It might not be that long, but the World Cup is fucking psycho and it's going to be awesome. So we're strapping in. We're going to be live streaming a little bit on Friday, but we'll be doing it from the pub. It's a Friday. What I'm going to do is strap myself into the chair in the old NBA Straya studio and watch the Aussies kick the crap out of Finland. No, I'm going to go sink some tins because that seems like way more fun. So if you're in Melbourne, come down to the, Sporting Globe in Richmond, I think we're doing it. But we're going to pop up, hang out, and where we go. But in terms of other news, as I mentioned, Harden got fined $100,000. And I do love the Players Association's like, hey, we're going to file a grievance about that. And everyone's like, the dude literally called his general manager a liar. I don't know what many grievances you've got here. He called his boss a shit bloke. What are you doing? In front of a bunch of scared 11-year-old Chinese kids. Go, I don't know what's happening. Who's Daryl Morey? Isn't that the guy that we had killed because he said something about Hong Kong? Anyway, geopolitics. That's how we do here on the old NBA Straya. Anyway, otherwise, there's not much in the way of what's happening. So we've got the teams have finalised all their gear. Team USA sort of hanging out in the Philippines, I think. We've seen Anthony Edwards crush everybody in his path. I've already picked him for MVP on CodeBet, so keep an eye out for that. But in terms of our squad, obviously, it was all finalised. No Rock'em, Sock'em, Block'em, Jock'em, Landale. The Rooster. See, I can still do it without killing myself, maybe. But how are we going to start? That's my big question. We play Finland. Finland. I don't know which way to say it, Gerald. I'm freaking out. It's great. Finland, whatever. Blow it out your ass, Finland. You bunch of collaborators when it came to wars with the Axis. I mean, it's weird that we've got two Axis powers in our group in Germany and Japan. And then we've got Finland as well, which is not great during WW2. Look up your history. Jeez. I told you. Geopolitics here on NBA Straya. Anyway, we've got the final cut. Was literally obviously the one that we all knew was coming down the pike. That was Landale. And everyone's like, all right, well, that's it. There was no surprise Bangers Baines call up, which would have been pretty funny, to be honest. But We're going with the team that got us there. It means we'll be going small, very small. And I'm all right with that because we're not small basically anywhere else apart from centre. And we've got the Grim Reaper there anyway, old Duop. So I think we should be all right. But you sort of look at a couple of the other teams, and I'll go through all those in a second. But you look at some of the other teams, there's a little bit of size on a couple of them, but without the likes of Giannis, without the likes of Nikola Jokic, hello, without Joel Embiid, without the absolute behemoths out there, it's literally my name is Jonas Valanciunas, Mo Wagner, hello, and a couple of other dudes, but obviously Rudy Gobert and stuff, it's our word. But they finalised the World Cup team. We've got Cookie, Xavier Cooks, Dyson the Vacuum Daniels, Dante Sexum up Exum, Giddy up, the mop top mumber himself, Josh Giddey, Bubbles Chris Goulding, Greeny Josh Green, Jinglin Joe Ingles, my best mate Nick Kay, Paddy Thrills, Paddy Mills, the Grim Reaper himself, Duop Reith Howard, Aussie Matty T, a.k.a. Clamps, and there's his new nickname, Clamps, and the Seven Nation Army himself, Jack White. So that's going to be pretty good. So obviously no, weird emergency call-ups. You'd expect that. We knew the Gorge was taking 13 anyway. Would have been pretty weird and sad to send Jack White back on a plane home. It's like, all right, we've flown all the way to Japan. Jack White's like, yes, I fucking love sushi. How good's this going to be? Best time. Oh, and like fucking Gorge's on the tarmac going, nah, Jack, you got to hop back on the plane, mate. Real sorry, but just had to do some thinking on the flight over and you're cut. Tough scenes. But anyway, what else happened after, I think we beat Georgia in that weird warm-up game that no one knew anything about? It's kind of like fucking weird, like red curtain Russia vibes of like, oh, hushed tones of we beat Russia, but we only got up pretty big, but they came flying back. And I don't know what happened after that. It was a bit of, and like Nick Kay hit a three, but then it was given to Golding or some shit. You're like, what the fuck is going on? How is this all, like, why is just somebody not like play-by-playing this? Come on, Gorge, get behind a fucking laptop, mate. Anyway, let's do it. Let's go through the groups. I'll do some picks to win everything, to talk through some of the, obviously the big chances. In a surprise twist, none of them are on the USA side. I talked about this on Tuesday's show, Gerald, didn't I? About how hashtag World Cup rigged. The USA have the easiest path to the final probably ever in a World Cup. That includes World Cups where they've won the World Cup or the Olympics where they've won the gold medal. This is fucked. Like there is no one good in their entire half of the draw. Apart from, look, Serbia, but they don't have, like, their biggest names. In their own group, there's fucking nobody. And I'm just angry. Again, in a surprise twist. I'm never angry. Like, Lithuania, Montenegro, they're the biggest fucking, like, I don't know, witches' hats in their roads. But let's get into it. Group A. Group A, this is a shit group, I'll tell you what. Holy crap, Angola, I don't know who Angola is, but Angola's in trouble. Dominican Republic, Karl Anthony Towns, and not much else. The Philippines, Kung Fu Thorn will sort them out. Yeah! And Italy, yep, the Italians. I love Italy. Look, they're the favourites in this group as well, Italy. You do have the likes of Luigi Datomi, Simone Fontecchio. I'm going to do the accent for all of them, Gerald. That's fine, isn't it? Niccolo Melli. Oh, James, you didn't have to do the hand signal. It's like, yes, I did. But they don't have Danilo Gallinari. He got the double hand signal. Did you like that? But Italy have smoke teams on their way through to the actual World Cup. They haven't played too many good teams either, though. So this literally comes down, I think, to the game that they play against Dominican Republic and Karl Anthony Towns on Sunday night. Whoever wins that game wins this group. And this is the coolest thing about having somebody like Kat, who, as I've said time and time again, is softer than charming. Like, we've got a pillow in the baby's room. You can't give a baby a pillow, obviously, but it's there for when you give him his bottle, you see, Gerald. You give him his bottle, he's like, Dad, it's good to see you. What's going on, bro? Love your beard. And I'm like, thanks, buddy. Here's your milk. And he's like, fucking sick, bro. But you got to lean his head on something. So it's this really soft pillow. That's Karl Anthony Towns. He's a soft-ass pillow. That's what we're doing. Thing is, that soft-ass pillow could drop fucking 70 on your head in a single game in FIBA World Cup. I mean, it's a bit tough, but look, Karl Anthony Towns can shoot threes. We know that. He can dominate inside. We know that. The FIBA rules, of course, mean that the three-point line is closer than in the NBA, so Cat should have zero problems for the self-proclaimed best shooting big man of all fucking time. Yeah, he should have no problems with that. But beyond that, go inside as well. He's playing fucking Italy. They're not exactly like bursting at the seams with huge dudes. So I actually kind of like Dominican Republic to win that group and beat Italy on Sunday, win the group from there. But it'll be Dominican Republic and Italy you go through over the top of Philippines and Angola, with all apologies to Angola. Group B, South Sudan, Serbia, China, Puerto Rico. Serbia are ranked 6th in the world, and they've got Bogdan Bogdanovic and Nikola Jovic, a.k.a. I ordered Nikola Jokic from Wish. And they're a deep, deep team outside of like not having, two-time NBA MVP, Finals MVP, Nikola Jokic, a.k.a. the good one. But this group is fucking easy as well, which just shits me up the wall when you look at ours. Where it's like fucking Finland, Germany, Japan. Are you serious? Why the fuck? Anyway, the entire second half of this World Cup is a shit show. But I think Puerto Rico is ranked 20. South Sudan might have a chance of playing spoiler against China or Puerto Rico as well. China's not exactly bursting at the seams with that much talent. They're pretty patchy, actually. Under, like, Puerto Rico, not too bad. I reckon they've actually got a bit of a chance of coming second in this one and making it through to the next round. So I'll take Serbia to win this one. They're $1.05, though. Like, that is... hashtag rigged. Anyway, Serbia $1.05, Puerto Rico to get through as well. Group C, this is the USA's group. They are going to make mincemeat. They are just going to pave the road there in the Philippines with the corpses of Jordan, Greece, and New Zealand, because Jordan, Greece, New Zealand, that sounds like, I don't know, the sex tape that Anthony Edwards leaks next year or something. But the Jordan brand, maybe. But this is tough. Like, this is the easiest schedule. Like, Greece doesn't have Giannis. They've got the crap one, Thanasis. The Kiwis are ranked 26. They don't have Steven Adams because Basketball New Zealand and he don't get along. And the 33rd ranked Jordan, which don't actually feature Michael Jordan. So they're in trouble. USA $1.09 to get out of this group. It's funny that it's longer than the Serbia one, but that just shows you how bad China, Puerto Rico, and South Sudan are. But the thing for me is like Greece or the Kiwis. Who do you reckon makes it through that bit? Greece still does have a little bit of talent on their team, so they should beat New Zealand. If you look at the rosters as well, there's like, at least with Greece, you can point to them and go, yeah, you've got Thanasis, you've got Papagiannis, a.k.a. Papa John's, and there's at least a couple of other good Euro players. But you look at, something's popping off. You look at the Kiwis, obviously, and there's not much going on there in New Zealand. It's just 87 dudes named Finn or Flynn. That's how they roll. It's Ruben Rangi, Shea Lee, and that's it. Pack her up, boys. You're done. With all apologies. We love you, but you're cooked. So USA make it through. Greece makes it through as well. Group D is interesting. You got Lithuania, Montenegro, Mexico, and Egypt. Sneaky deep teams, actually, with a bunch of NBA and NBA adjacent sort of talent, right? The Lithuanian squad, they got Iggy Brazdeikis, there you go. Mindaugas Kuzmingas. Now, I watched Kuzminskas, there you go, play a couple of years in New York. And look, he'll be fine. He's built for FIBA, I'll tell you that much. You got Davidas Savidas, which is one of my favorite names to say, and Donatas Montounis, who you might remember from the NBA and just like floating around going, oh, I'm really big and I can shoot. Check this out. He wasn't that good though, but you've also got my name is Jonas Valanciunas. They're fucking big. They're loaded. They're going to roll through this group. Usually you go, well, Montenegro, Jim, they've got a bit of size as well. They've got Vooch. And you're like, yep, they've got Vooch and not much else there in Montenegro. So for me, Montenegro or Mexico for the second spot. Mexico, they've got Jorge and Israel Gutierrez, who are pretty good, but Montenegro is probably too big. That game, I think, is on Friday, Mexico-Montenegro. That's a fascinating matchup. I think Mexico keep that one close, but Montenegro win it. I'll get to that in a second when we do the game picks. But Lithuania make it through there. Montenegro should be too good for Mexico and Egypt. Egypt, yeah, they got nothing. Settle down, fellas. Group E, the Aussies. The more I read into this, the more I look at it, Gerald, the more worried I get because Germany are fucking good. They've got the Franz Wagner and more Wagner brothers. Hello, we are the Wagners. And then you got Dennis Schroeder, him, German Rondo, Isaac Bonga, and old Danny Tice, the man who will take more fucking flops than you can count. But they got size, they got talent. The Aussies will have to really rely on that wing-based attack of ours, right? A lot of Giddy and a lot of those sort of big wings like Greeny and co. But a fast ball handler like Schroeder, a bit of size on the interior with Mo, a bit of substantial sized, really good wing scorer on the perimeter there in France, and I'm officially fucking worried. And I think Germany and Australia, it's going to come down to basically who wins their game on Sunday, and I am shit scared that it's going to be Germany. The best value betting pick is Germany at $2.50. Australia make it through. I think Australia can beat Germany. I'm just probably not going to bet on it. Simple as that. Can we call things a stay away, Gerald? I think we can. So we've got Finland and Japan in this one as well. Obviously, Japan without Rui Hachimura. Not much going on there, but Finland have the finisher, a.k.a. Larry. That's a girl's name, Markkinen. They are very Finland, however. Finland, Gerald? Come on, mate. Where's the laughter? Finland are Thinland behind Larry. So I think we should be able to account for them on Friday night. We run into a bit of trouble against Germany, just like back in Diggity Diggity 2. Don't mention the war. And we might lose that, but look, we could probably beat them. We're deeper, we're better. We've got wing talent coming out the wazoo. But Japan probably don't have that much of a hope, even at home. But don't discount them. They might beat Finland. What is this, the fucking whaling coalition as well? You got Japan, Norway, Finland, just anyway. So I think Australia and Germany make it through. Group F, you got Slovenia, Cape Verde, Georgia, Venezuela. This is one of the, outside of that weird Serbia group, this is probably the weakest one. Like Georgia, Venezuela, and Cape Verde are shit. So Slovenia are going to romp through this. This is Luka basically getting the first round off. I hate this. Venezuela are ranked 15 and we just kicked the shit out of them. Georgia 32, Cape Verde 64. Fuck off. Slovenia win, so did Georgia. They're not too bad, but they're also not too fucking good, are they? Group G. That's Iran, Spain, Côte d'Ivoire, and Brazil. No Brazil. Well, Brazil have actually got a bit of size there. Raul Neto, Masuel Huertas, Bruno Caboclo, and Cristiano Felicio. So we saw them in Melbourne last week. Bit of size, bit of speed, and it gave us some problems. So they probably make it through alongside Spain, who they don't have the Ricky Tikita, Rubio, or the Gasols, but they still have Rudy Fernandez and Bo Cruz from the Tally. Remember that movie with Adam Sandler? Hustle. Yeah, Juancho Hernan Gomez. There's only one Hernan Gomez. And Willie Hernan Gomez as well. Sergio Llull, Santi Aldama, Alex Abrines. He's got beautiful hair too. But Spain and Brazil make it through there. Group H, you've got Canada. This is the group of death. You've got Canada, Latvia, a.k.a. Latvia, Lebanon, who are fucking shit, and France. France. You expect us to win this group? Watch us shit down our legs right now against Canada, huh? That's exactly what's going to happen. This is probably tough as hell. You got Canada just loaded, right? You got Dylan Brooks, Lou Dort, the Hoser Kelly Olynyk, but of course, headlined by SGA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the Shy Redder himself, and RJ Barrett. They're good. They're really good. And I feel like they play really late on Friday night. They play at 11:30 on Friday night this to open up the World Cup. This decides the group, whoever wins that game, right? Canada should beat France, I think. France, you go, well, we've got Nick Batum, Nando Di Colo, Evan Fournier, and Gustavo Tawel, Rudy Gobert. But I think they're a bit shit. I think Canada have enough offensive power to get past France in that opening game and therefore win the group. And that's how we'll go from there. So there you go. That's all the groups sort of picked. It's going to be fun. Let's do the games, I think. Friday, Latvia, 16.5. We'll just go straight into some picks. We're just going to fly through this episode here, Gerald. This is awesome. Absolutely crushing it. How about I take a break and then we'll do some picks right after. I'm going to play this one. I hope it's this one. I'm going to press the button. Does it work? It should.
This is Cam Glidden.
This
there
is
you go.
Anthony Drimmick.
This is Mitch McCarron.
This is Jason Kadee.
This is Daryl McDonald.
Hey guys, this is Hugh Greenwood.
Yo, what's going on? This is Illy.
This is Mark Worthington. or commonly known as Wertho, and you're listening to NBA Straya.
You're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
You're listening to NBA Straya.
Oh, isn't that nice? All right, let's fang into some yeah-nahs, I reckon, though, before we get into the picks. We'll finish off with the picks. That's what we usually do. What do we have? We had one from Dan Droscher, which was pretty good. And I'll bring it up right now. Basically, the big thing is, am I shit scared of Germany? Yeah, nah, yeah. But here we go. Droscher's is, yeah, nah, the Boomers will step up and it will be the US versus Australia final, with FIBA Paddy turning up and Reith and Kay showing that FIBA ball is all about fundamentals. Yeah, nah. To be honest, I like that Paddy's had a shooting slump to start off the entire thing before he's actually gotten to the World Cup. I think that's awesome. It's maybe the unpopular opinion of the day. Have your shooting slump before the fucking tournament. That's a good thing. Like, go for it. Shoot 20%. I don't give a fuck. When it gets to the tournament, turn it the fuck on. I'd just rather, make sure that he gets his radar on. To be honest, though, like, we are strong. Like, this is the thing. Like, you might call me pessimistic. Oh, no, if we're going to get past Germany. But Germany are fucking good. The thing is, we are better. So we should feasibly win the group. Then we are better than Canada. We are better than France. We're better than Spain. Like, we're the best team, I reckon, on that side of the draw. We should make the final. Yeah, nah, yeah. Look, is it going to be a disappointment if we don't? Of course. Is it going to be a disappointment if we go in the quarters? Yeah. But the thing is, the side of the draw that we're on, it's tough as shit. So if we do get bundled out in the quarters, it's going to fucking suck. But don't be too crazily surprised just because we're on the loaded half of the draw. Because, look, not only is the NBA like the anti-Straya basketball league, the no bloody Australians, I feel like the FIBA is as well. They're just like, nah, fuck it. Bugger off Australia. There you go. FIBA. There you go. FIBA. Off the top of my head, not bad. And he also adds, prepare for Ross Lyon-style basketball. There you go for your AFL heads out there. We won't score a heap, but we'll make sure the opposition scores less. Yeah, nah, yeah. I mean, that's how we win these games. Use these clamps. We're going to use the clamps like we do every freaking day of our freaking lives. You freaking morons. Should be good. But what we will need, we'll need Greeny, we'll need Matty T, just basically flanking Giddy and Paddy, and just taking other teams out and just not letting them score for stretches, and then us like eking out enough offense, which we've done in the past. Without Landale, it actually really fucking hurts our offense. I don't know if we're quite ready for that, because the big man can score. Put him in the paint, put him outside, off he goes. Reith is awesome. He's a bit more athletic. We've seen that already. But he doesn't quite have the complete well-rounded game of Jock Landale in the middle. But we should be fine. Let's go. We're going to win the fucking thing. Any other yeah-nahs? To be honest, are we going to beat Finland by more than 9.5 points is the big one right now? Yeah, nah. I hope so, because that's my tip, yeah. The Markkanen might absolutely demolish this Aussie defense just because of the size problems that we're going to have, but we should also be enough. Well, we should have enough on the perimeter to slow down everybody else, bar the dude named Markkanen. So should be all right. All right, what about an outback? No, unpopular opinion of the day. I think we've got that there. That is... I think I pressed it. Yeah, that's it. Probably worked. Whatever.
Now look at me, please.
There we go.
Look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. The more I looked at Germany, the more I like them, obviously. And I think if the two of us get through, I think the other teams in that half of the draw should be way more afraid of Germany than we are, because at least we have some pretty good weapons and we're fucking deep. Like, this is the thing about Australia. It's a deep team. Whereas Germany have like that top end talent. You've seen Spain, you've seen France, also the top end talent, but we've got the depth. So I think Germany might knock off a couple of other big names out there too. So just keep an eye out for them as we go through. And what do we got? Outback Takehouse. That's right. It's Thursday at Outback. And you know what that means? 2 for 1 bloomin' onions, Gerald. No one knows what the fuck these things are. Apparently it's some sort of flour arrangement made out of deep fried onions. That's about as Aussie as a fucking fried snail, you French bastards. I'll tell you that much. Either way, 2 for 1 only at Outback. And today's flame grill take is Anthony Edwards should probably win the MVP of this FIBA World Cup, but I'll tell you what, if the Boomers make the final, Josh Giddey will 100% fucking win it. So get it on him now. Giddy up. Giddy the fuck up. All right, let's do it. Take another quick break with Nick K, Bounce, and then we'll do all the picks for Friday and Saturday.
This is Nick K, and you're listening to NBA Straya.
Tune though from House Hats. Let's play a bit more. House Hats, there you go. Do some picks. These are all from, Bet365. Latvia, they play Lebanon. Lebanon are going to get fucking killed. This is such a tough opening game for Lebanon. Latvia, look, they don't have the Latvian gangbanger Kristaps Porzingis, but they are going to fucking destroy poor Lebanon. 16.5 points is that line. I'm taking Latvia minus 16.5. Mexico, 8.5 point underdogs against Montenegro. So that's 9, 8.5, 9.5. We've seen it. I actually like Mexico just to stick with Montenegro. I think the guard play of Mexico keeps them in it. They'll be hard to put away all tournament, I reckon, the Mexicans. But Montenegro probably just have enough size to probably eke out the win. But Mexico cover. Dominican Republic minus 10.5 against the Philippines. Watch out the Philippines. You're going to get catted. It's not going to go well for them, I think. Karl Anthony Towns, as I said, could have 90 in this game. Keeps getting higher, Gerald. Do you like that joke? Angola versus Italy. It's probably too high of a line. Like, Angola aren't very good. Italy are pretty okay. They've had a good run. The 19.5, although I think it was actually now up to 20.5. It's just too many points. So I'm going to take Angola plus 20.5. Australia, the Boomers, let's go. Against Finland, minus 9.5. The Boomers, I'm taking the Aussies. We should put away Finland. Whenever we've played like a half-decent opposition, however, so far in this lead-up, it's been a bit worrisome how we haven't really demolished too many teams outside of, Venezuela and South Sudan. But Finland outside of Lowry, they're not that great. Germany, 17.5 point favourites over Japan. They are going to kill Japan, with all due respect. I'd hit it out of the park. Lithuania, 19.5 point favourites over Egypt. They're going to kill Egypt as well. Give me Lithuania there. And then the final game of Friday night at 11:30. Jesus, how many tins deep are we going to be? Plenty. Plus 1.5. Canada. I'm taking it. They're going to beat this France team. I think they're a bit too old, a bit too slow, and Canada are primed. The thing is, Canada, their big problem is that they have always sort of lacked consistency, but this team sort of feels like it's got enough talent to sort of make that consistency just happen anyway. So I like this Canada team. One of my favorite things is Canada to look. If I'm not going to back the Aussies, the Canadians are so nice, Gerald, that I want to back them. So let's go Canada. Saturday, you got Cape Verde versus Georgia. Best of luck to the three people watching this one. Minus 12.5 for Georgia. Give me Georgia. South Sudan versus Puerto Rico. This is awesome. I think South Sudan could probably win this. Puerto Rico, though, they're just strong enough, so I'll just get them to sneak over. Give me Puerto Rico. Jordan, plus 24.5 against Greece. As I sort of said, Greece, there's a bit of talent there, but they're not that good. Jordan sort of stink out loud, but 24.5 is a lot. Iran versus Brazil. Brazil, we saw them play the Aussies. They're pretty good. 17.5 point favorites against Iran. You better run out of there. Slovenia versus Venezuela. Venezuela plus 19.5 against Slovenia. That is Luka basically going, right, boys, this one's done. We're going to win by 13. Piss off. And Venezuela keeping within that 19.5. Serbia, minus 17.5 against China. They'll be fine there. Give me Serbia. USA versus the Kiwis. Pour one out for the Hobbits. No, wait, sorry, the Tall Blacks. That's right, the Tall Blacks. Every one of them is called Finn or Flynn or whatever. But 36.5. Oof, it's a big line. But New Zealand are going to get killed. Give me USA minus 36.5. And then Spain. Spain, mate. Spain. I fucking love Spain. Minus 23.5 against the Côte d'Ivoire, the Ivory Coast. Minus 23.5 Spain. I'm taking that. And there you go. How good's that? What do you reckon? We're going to try to do the outro? Bang. Here goes the outro. See how we go. But it's a nice little preview show for this weekend's, well, set Friday and Saturday. We're going to be doing a live stream on Sunday, so you can join in from the house, from the NBA Straya studio. On Sunday for Australia-Germany, we'll be getting plenty of tins deep in that one, I'll tell you. But for Friday, for Australia-Finland, that starts at 6. I'll be doing a little bit of a preview before that and at halftime from the pub. And if you want to come watch with me, I'll be at the Sporting Globe in Richmond, so that'd be fun. But either way, we'll be back on, I reckon, probably we'll do a Monday show to wrap up the Friday and Sunday games in an NBA Straya setting for you. So make sure you're following NBA Straya on Twitter, Facey, IG, what else? I don't know, X, Threads, all that sort of shit. Fucking why not? We're all over the socials. NBAstraya.com/shop. Get your merch. Buy a hoodie, buy a t-shirt, help a brother out. Check us a rating and review on your podcast app. Go on, do it. Or I'll fight you. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify. Did I say Stitch is dead? I can't remember. Yeah, I think it might be. Whatever. Apple Music. Amazon Music. YouTube. There you go. Nailed them. Sure. What else? Big thanks always go to From Oslo for the intro and outro song. Check out their new band, House Hats. We've also got a bit of thanks to go to Joshua Delarentis, Fascinator, Goldmines, Ramshackle Army, Iowa, Sex Shadow, Green, and Dozers for all the tunes you hear throughout the show. Smash them all at Bandcamp, Triple J and Earth, Facey. Remember, NBA Straya supports Australian bands, so should you. And that's it. No skits today because I'm in at work and I've got to get the fuck out of here and get home to look after the squids because old mate's got to have work dinner. So, yeah, good times, great memories. Just pretend you're hearing a skit. It's really good, trust me. All right, we'll catch you tomorrow night for the live stream preview from my phone at the pub. And then on Sunday for the live stream of Australia-Germany, this is NBA Straya saying, look after yourselves, would you? Later, hosen. Go the Boomers!